Welcome everyone, I'm Erogai Sensei, bringing you the news and reviews of adult games. Illusion is about to release their new game later this month, that is 25th of October. As the announcement came out of nowhere and so close to the release date, this will be the only coverage on the game I do before its launch, and I have gathered everything there is to know about AI Girl thus far. So if you want to know what it is about, you have come to the right place. With that said, let's get started. So basically, what is AI Girl? If you have already seen the trailer I translated, you know that in AI Girl you pretty much live a life stranded on an abandoned ruined island with a girl, or girls, depending on how the game and story will play out exactly. At first I thought there will be only one girl to live with, but what images and videos have shown, there are multiple girls living on this island, and your objective as the player is to create harmonious relationship with them while building a home that places emphasis on taking care of the girls and their needs, rather than trying to survive in a harsh environment that tries to kill you. So the abandoned island is just a theme where you get to go nuts with the girls and enjoy each other's company, but at the same time it's a full-on dating game. It appears you actually have to put some effort into the relationship, as the girls don't just jump into sex whenever you feel like it. Or at least that's the impression I've got, I may be wrong on that one. I will go through a list of information Illusion has provided on their website in Japanese and simply just translate them to you. With our first page, it says that the girls act upon basic desires, meaning when they feel hungry, they want to eat, and when they feel sleepy, they will sleep, and if they feel tired, they will relax and do idle things. The girls are somewhat self-aware and do things on their own. That is how this game is sold to us. Girls that act upon their own desires. It says that through different experiences the girls will learn to live on the island. Things like cooking, gathering food supplies, playing around, taking a bath, etc. Perhaps this means once you introduce the girls to a new action, like cooking, they probably start to do it on their own when they feel like it. There was a video where the player puts food to the kitchen, and it says when the girls get hungry, they will go and eat it. So feeding them seems to be part of your job, but I've also seen the girls cooking by themselves, so this all seems to play towards how much you want to be the caretaker or let the girls do the job for you. If I'm not mistaken, the girls seem to be able to gather food supplies by themselves, so I don't know how much of an important role you play in all this. It sounds like if these girls are taught well, they can take care of themselves. Perhaps they can do it from the very beginning, but learning seems to play a role in their growing skill to live independent life, not relying on you in every situation. Changing the girl's heart happens through basic conversation with them, but also with presents, holding hands and interacting with pets, which you can find in Wild and make your own. There is a weather system in the game and the girls can catch a cold from it. If left uncared, things go from bad to worse, whatever that means in practice. It doesn't state that the girls have a possibility to die or anything like that. You have the option to let them rest and heal by themselves or take care of them by nourishing them back to health, which seems to strengthen your relationship with them as a result. Illusion's character makers have always been top quality when it comes to customizing the girls in my opinion, but going into great detail with them just feels a bit unnecessary when the videos themselves do all the talking for me. You can customize a lot in this game, and players throughout each different title from Illusion have always demonstrated the vast amount of possibilities what kind of girls you can create with them. I'm yet to see any crazy stuff done with this one, but simply being able to make a nice good looking high quality girls is more than enough for me in a game like this. There is a character maker demo available which can be downloaded from Illusion's own website, but it is blocked from anyone living outside Japan unless you have a working VPN. I tried different VPNs but with no luck, so I did not get to try character customization myself. Not that I really need to anyway, because I know exactly what I will get with Illusion's character makers, and thus far they have never failed to impress me. Next, the cooking portion of the game is explained very briefly. At the start, when the girls learn to cook, the food will not always end up great, but with some practice, they will become capable to produce wonderful meals for themselves. As the girls become more close to you through conversation, they start to approach other girls to have a conversation and interact with them. It pretty much sounds like these girls are somewhat incapable of basic human behavior and skills for their age, which makes me think they are not really humans but some androids that need to be taught how to be human. I haven't come across a story that tells where these girls originally came from, who they are exactly, and how everyone ended up on this island. That is why much of what I have read doesn't really make that much sense to me, but I will roll with it for now. The actual conversation you carry out through different available options divides itself into two categories, one being basic mundane conversation and the other one being flirting and perverted talk that leads to sex scenes. There are different scenarios where you can, for example, offer to help gather ingredients from the wild, and the girl can either accept or decline the kind offer based on how they feel about you. You can give and receive presents, which may even carry out sexual favors if things go smoothly and your relationship with the girl is healthy. The present giving feature is there to strengthen the bond of the relationship. Also, if the relationship is doing well, the girls may start to hold hands with you as you walk with them, as seen in the picture. The game also introduces a shop system, a lovely young treasure hunter named Shan. She is a traveling merchant who trades her ingredients and items with you. Money seems to be no option, as what would one do with money on an abandoned island? No, Shan trades her goodies for other valuables you have got in your inventory. From the picture I can see items like coffee, cup noodles, batteries, but also other things. She seems to carry some much needed stuff that one would be interested in on an abandoned island, so the game encourages you to talk with her whenever you see her. This brings out a question: how big is this island exactly? If Illusion has actually made a big island to explore and not just some small playground, I think I will be enjoying this game for much longer than I originally anticipated. How awesome would it be if they supported this game after launch with additional new islands introduced in free or paid DLCs, and to get to those islands you would need to build your own boat and make the journey yourself with the girls, and each island would bring its own new theme to the game. Man, I would be all over that idea. Next, we are starting to reach the end of this video, but we still have a little bit information left to cover. Perhaps the most interesting feature to many, you can choose your own gender in AI Girl, so you can play as a male or female, which of course decides what kind of sex you will be experiencing with the other girls, straight or lesbian. Illusion did include a futanari option if you decide to go as a female, same as it was with Koikatsu. What makes this feature even better is that you can change your gender whenever you feel like it. If you suddenly decide you want to play as a boy or a girl, you can switch quick and easy. It appears to be some kind of terminal placed on the island where the change happens. As this is a game where you build yourself a house and live there, it comes as no surprise to me that Illusion has included a pet system. You can catch animals from the wild, name them and make them your pet by placing a mat for them to sleep on in your house. These pets can follow you around on the island, making your exploration a little more interesting and cute. Now, if you want to have a pet, you need to have a place for it. By gathering ingredients from the wild and finding specific locations to build on, you can start building your very own living space where the girls will come to live with you. Even if it is just a chair and nothing else, the girls will show interest and interact with it. But of course you want to build an actual house or something close to that. Thus far, the game has not demonstrated more than a couple different variations of living spaces, but what I have seen thus far, I think I will be enjoying building and upgrading my house throughout the game. And if we are lucky, Illusion will probably support the game after launch with free building assets, just like they did with Koikatsu. Lastly, we come to the hentai, which is the main selling point of this game, so naturally you probably want to know everything there is to know about it. Since this is YouTube, I can't show you anything specific, but I encourage you to go visit Illusion's official website and watch the short video clips demonstrating the hentai. What I've seen thus far from those videos, Illusion yet again has managed to impress me with their hentai, offering nothing but the best quality with bunch of options and variations of sex scenes. I can't even begin to describe the amount of hentai this game will offer for its players, with what feels like unlimited amount of different looking girls thanks to the character customization. Despite being an island in ruins, you will find modern day items like vibrators and bondage gear to satisfy your more kinkier fantasies, and who knows what else Illusion will have in store. I would love to show you all the videos I have seen, but as long as I keep making these videos on YouTube, there is always the problem of censorship. However, I have finally found a solution to this problem, which I am eager to reveal to you in my next video. I will leave you with the final piece of information of AI Girl, and that is Studio Neo version 2. If you don't know what that is, it is the same as it was with Koikatsu, where you can basically manipulate anything and everything in the game world. It is an additional application coming with AI Girl where you can use all the assets used in the game to make your very own unique scenes with all the characters. Free from the story, you can go nuts and add anything into the world, manipulate character poses and more. To give you a quick example, with Koikatsu, Illusion had included things like battle mechs and tentacles which were not part of the original game. What exactly they have in store for Studio Neo is yet to be revealed, and I probably won't take extra time to cover it when they finally reveal more about it, because the game is coming out already later this month, so I might as well cover all that in the full review. I look forward to playing the full game and making a review of it for you guys. There is no telling if this game will be translated into English and come out on Steam, but that is what happened with Koikatsu, which was Illusion's last game. As Steam opened up their doors to adult games, it has given Illusion a huge opportunity to sell their games on a popular platform that for the most part doesn't try to censor them and will allow them to reach a large Western audience, which would be absolutely crazy if they did not take the advantage of that. They have nothing to lose, but only to gain by doing so. So it is no longer a far cry hoping to see AI Girl receiving an official English translation and Western release, and if that happens, you can be sure to learn about it here from me, so don't forget to subscribe to learn more about adult games in the future if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it and leave a comment telling what you think about this game. Are you excited and are you going to get the Japanese version or wait for a possible English release. Also, you can always tell me if there is something specific you want me to cover about the game once it's released. I can make a translation video of it, explaining all the menus, dialogue and even story, so that those who don't understand Japanese can enjoy it to the fullest. The game will most probably receive the same English translation mode as Koikatsu did, but it basically just uses Google Translator to translate everything, and you can just imagine how big of a mess that can be. It really doesn't work all that well, especially for the character dialogue and story, but it is better than nothing of course, so I hope you get to experience the game in English as soon as possible. With everything said and done, I will see you in the next video.